Okay, on with the practical bit. So let's open up our web browser. I've got my Firefox here, and in the address box I'm going to type in www.webcatalyst.info/domains. So remember, one favor you can do for me is whenever we're doing this stuff is to go to the links that I recommend, because then I'll get my little bit of commission and keep the cost of WebCatalyst down. So we go there, that would redirect us to my recommended supplier for domain names. This is for this particular recipe. I do use other domain name companies to register them, but for this particular recipe for WebCatalyst, use this one. Don't ask me why, it's just part of the formula. There's a reason for it, I can't go into it right now. So, this is saying we're going to track your website visit, and yes, okay, fine. So right on the homepage there, we've got this big www section, enter your domain name here. So we click in that, and it gets rid of the text for us. Now we need to type in the website address that we want to register for this particular website project. So what I'm going to do is type in here, WebCatalyst demo, and I'll go for the .co.uk. So you can drop down here and select any one of the others, .com, whatever you want to register. Whichever one you click, it's going to show us all of them anyway. So if I just click .co.uk and click on the blue search button, it's then going to check to see if that domain name is available for us. And there you go, highlighted in green there, webcatalystdemo.co.uk is available, and it's recommending that I register it for 3 years for £13.99. One point to make here is that you never own a domain name. You only ever have it on a lease, so you have to renew the lease every year. It does give you the option of buying it for up to 10 years if you want to. And you'll notice the different prices between the different domain names. One piece of advice, if the website you're building is going to be one that generates business for you, and you have it in mind to use like search engine optimization later on, if you want to get a higher Google ranking for the website that you're going to be building, then my recommendation is that you register it for as long as possible. So I'd select 10 years at this point if you can. The reason for that is that Google is always looking for trustworthy websites, and the ones that it trusts the most and that it's got the most confidence in, it will give a higher ranking to all the time. So if it's got the choice between ranking a website that's had its domain name and only registered it for a year versus 10 years, if it sees, because it will look up how long has this domain name been registered for, and the very fact that you've registered it for 10 years shows your intention. It shows that you are more likely to be around for a long time. So if you're short on money, then just do it for 1 year. If you have some spare cash and you really think the ranking well in Google is important and you can afford it, do it for 10 years. This is just an example, so I'm just going to do it for 1 year. If the domain name you want isn't available, it will put a cross there and it will recommend some alternatives. Okay. So once you've got the one you want, you obviously have to tick the little box to say which one you want to put in your shopping basket. This one's highlighted because it was the one that I actually asked for in the beginning. So I click on that. Scroll down here to the green add to order button. Click on that one. Okay, it says your order, blah blah blah. Scroll down to here, webcatalystdemo.co.uk, 1 year. This thing is offering me domain privacy for free. Domain privacy is where I'm going to have it because it's free. But what domain privacy is, there's a thing called the Whois database, and the Whois database allows anybody, me included, to say who owns this domain name, and I can type in webcatalystdemo.co.uk and it will bring back the details of who's the legal owner of that domain name, right? And it will tell them the name and all that kind of stuff. If you have domain privacy, which normally costs you, I don't know, £4 or £5 a year, it makes those details private. So when people request, who owns this domain name, it will tell them the bare basic information like which company has it been registered with, like Namesco in this case, and where it's hosted, but other than that it'll have no personally identifiable information. So if it offers you that for free, you may as well take it. And this auto renew feature, this is like, because they're going to get us to pay via credit card, when the 1 year comes to an end, it's going to automatically charge that credit card again and renew it for another year. If you're a bit absent-minded and a bit disorganized, I'd recommend you keep that ticked so you don't have to worry, it'll just renew the domain name every year. If you turn it off and then you get to the end of the year and you've forgotten to renew it, then your website will go off, it'll go offline, and then you'll have to scramble around trying to get your domain name back. Because this is just an example, I'm going to untick it because I don't want to keep renewing this. I'm only going to buy it once just to show you guys, and then I'll let it go. So once we've got all that sorted out, click on proceed. Right, now it's going to try and sell us all kinds of extra add-ons, like hosting and mail and all that kind of stuff. We don't want any of that. All we want Namesco for is to register the domain name in the first place. So scroll past all that, get to the green proceed button and click on it. And it finally gives us another summary of what we're going to buy. A .co.uk for 1 year for £6.99. Whois privacy for free. So that's the total order value there. Okay, fine. Click on proceed again. Alright, now finally it's going to ask us for our details. If you've already got an account with Namesco, you'd put your email address and password in there, but this is a brand new account, so we're going to scroll down a bit more. There we go, to the creating an account section. So we need to fill all this out. Okay, so once you've filled all that out and clicked continue, it will give you another confirmation page, which you just scroll down to the bottom too. It says, are you buying for business or consumer? We'll pick whichever one is relevant to you. Confirm you've read the terms and conditions. It says, would you like £10 of free advertising? No, I don't really at the moment. So click on confirm. Okay, now it's going to ask for payment details. So it's put our $6.99, it's put UK VAT on it, which may or may not apply to you. And then it's going to ask us to put our payment details in. So here we go. Choose Visa card. It's already populated those fields for us. Click on continue. Now it wants us to put the card number in. It's going to think about it. And finally we've got a success. There we go. Thank you for your order. Great. Now straight away when you've done that, before going anywhere else, go up to the top here where it says control panel and click on that. And now log into your account. You just created it a moment ago by selecting a username and password. So put the details in here. Mine was support at, and put your password in. Click login. Okay. Now when you see this page, this means you've logged in successfully, and it says hi, whatever your name is. Now you can either click on domain names down the left hand side here. And if this is, because this is a new account, we've only bought one domain name, so it lists it here. If you buy another domain name with the same account, you remember earlier on in the checkout process, it gave us the option of logging into an existing account. So if we'd have done that, it would have obviously put the new domain name in the list of all the ones we've bought. But at the moment we only have the one, so if we click on it, because we want to change the settings for it. Now you see this little list is opened up on the left hand side. The next thing you want to do is click on this one, DNS and transfer options. Then below that, see another little drawer is opened. Click on change name servers. Right, and in these boxes where it says primary name server, type in ns.liquidweb.com, and in the secondary name server box type in ns, the number 1, .liquidweb.com. That's it. Then click on update. There you go. It says your name server changes have been submitted. Please allow 24 to 40 hours for them to take effect. Now we shouldn't have to wait that long, specifically because the way we're putting this recipe together means that we shouldn't have to wait that long. That's why I said to use Namesco in the first place. So that's all that we need to do for registering the domain name. You can now just log out and forget about it, because that's all we need to do.